She said, now you bought the farm. I don't know, Gab. What are you,
Maybe
what are you afraid of?
I'm afraid of Ma yelling at me because it's all my fault by switching schools.
Well, why do you think she thinks it's my idea?
Yes. But it's my idea.
Okay. Why do you want to switch schools?
I want to switch schools because I don't feel comfortable in that school.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody who I can talk to.
Well, you said you got a couple of new friends.
A couple, not a lot.
And you love the violin. You're not going to be able to do violin at Abram Lansing. And you're not going to be able to try out for Camille's show. Aren't you going to be sad about not being able to do all those things? What about not seeing Ma at school? Aren't you going to be sad that you're not going to see Ma at school?
You're just being on my side, aren't you?
I'm being on Ma's side. I just want you to think about all of the pros and cons, Gab, of switching schools. I mean, Abram Lansing is a better school. And you're not going to be, Latham Ridge is a better school. And you're not going to be in Abram Lansing, but only the end of 4th grade and 5th grade. And then you're going to move on to the middle school anyways. And you're going to be meeting.
I have to stay in the elementary school for 6th grade too.
Yeah, at Latham Ridge. I know. That's a good thing, right? Why isn't it a good thing?
Because I wanted to have my own locker.
Well, I don't think switching schools over a locker makes sense. What else? What else is motivating you to want to go back to Abram Lansing, baby?
At my old school, all my friends are there.
Yeah.
And I miss them. And I miss my principal.
Yeah.
And all the fun things that we all did together.
Yeah.
My teachers.
What about schoolwork, Gab? I think schoolwork is what's the most important thing.
At Latham Ridge, they don't make me understand it that well. Abram Lansing, they make me understand it perfectly.
Yeah. What happens if you get back to Abram Lansing and it's not everything you remembered it to be? Then what are you going to do?
Back to Latham Ridge.
No, you can't. That's not an option. You can't keep switching schools back and forth, back and forth. I'm not going to let you do that. This is your only chance. You will not have the opportunity to go back to Latham Ridge.
Why?
Because it's not. This is your only shot. So once you leave Latham Ridge, you will never be allowed to go back, ever. They will not let you go back because that's not how it works, sweetie. This is your one shot. Either you make it work now or it doesn't work at all. And then you're in Cohoe School District until you graduate high school. You will not go on to Shaker. You will not go on to Shaker Middle School or the high school. Do you think you can go back and forth? That's not going to happen, sweetie.
Why?
I just told you why. Because Joe Core is not going to allow you to keep switching back and forth.
Who's Joe Core?
He's the guy in charge that allowed you to go to that school in the first place.
I'm not allowed to switch back and forth. Why?
Because it's not something that you can just keep changing your mind and switching schools. This is not a game, Gab. This isn't like this is Very important stuff. This is school. This is about the rest of your life and getting a good education. And I understand that you miss your friends and that it's difficult and it takes some adjusting.
Well, it's been 3 months now and I'm still not happy.
What did you say to me in the car today about your grades?
They're very, very low.
Why are they low?
Because they don't teach me correctly.
What'd you say about your grades? What did Joe Core say about your grades if your grades aren't good? What's going to happen?
I'm not allowed to be in the school anymore.
Yeah.
Who's Joe Core?
I just told you, he's the head of the school districts. He's the guy who let you go to Latham Ridge.
Did you meet him?
I've met him, yeah. You've met him too. You just forget who he is.
Is he nice?
Yes, he's very nice, actually.
Then why doesn't he let me switch?
Because they can't keep letting kids do that, Gab. They can't say, okay, I'm going to go for half of 4th grade, half of 5th grade, then I'm going to go back in 6th grade, then I'll leave for 7th grade, go back in 8th grade. Come on. Does that make sense?
I just wanted to finish elementary school in Avon Lansing, and that's where everybody splits up in middle school, and then I could just go to Shaker Middle School.
Yeah, but then you're going to have to meet all of those same kids all over again and try to meet all new friends. It's going to be the same situation now. If you just do it now, get used to the kids, and then when you do go to the middle school, then you'll know everybody. You want to start this whole process again, all over again, in middle school? Why don't you want to tell Ma how you feel?
Because I'm afraid that she'll yell at me.
Has she ever yelled at you before?
Yes.
She has? What'd she say?
Things about you.
Things about me? Well, that's not yelling at you, that's yelling about me.
She's yelled at me before.
She's yelled at you before? Well, Mommy's yelled at you before, too. Doesn't mean you don't have a conversation with me, right? What would you like to say to Ma?
I would like to say, Mom, can I please switch schools? I don't feel comfortable here. I don't have enough friends. I don't really know. I can't really learn as well as I did at my old school. It's confusing to me.
And do you think Ma should be upset with you? No? Why? Why shouldn't Ma be upset with you?
She shouldn't be upset with me because it's not my fault that I'm not getting a good education and I'm not fitting in.
Well, they're good teachers there, Gab.
But they don't make children understand what they're doing.
What else would you tell Ma?
I'll tell them it's not about not seeing you or violin or my music teacher or my art teacher, my gym teacher or my librarian teacher. It's just about I'm not getting a good education for school. And I don't think I'll get a scholarship.
A scholarship? Where did that come from? What makes you think you're not getting a good education? This is one of the top-rated schools in New York State. They're a way better school than Avon Lansing is rated.
What's Avon Lansing?
I don't know what it's rated. Why do you think you're not able to concentrate at Latham Ridge? Because I think it's more about you than it is about the teachers.
because there's too many bullies and chatters that always try to talk to me, and I try to ignore them, and they keep on talking to me. And I can't get my work done because of that.
Well, what if you run into a chatterbox at Latham Ridge? I mean, at Abram Lansing. I don't know why I keep mixing those names up.
Then I would ask the teacher to move my seat.
Then why don't you ask the teacher to move your seat at Latham Ridge?
Because there's never enough time. And I'm pretty sure she would probably say no.
Well, they could say no at Abram Lansing, too. You're a pretty good problem solver. Do you think you want to try to come up with a solution, or do you think there's something else going on, Gab?
There might be something else going on, but I don't know what.
You don't know what?